Hello and welcome back. My name is Marco and I'm a student pilot. And I've been asked many times about why planes fly so high up in the sky. So this time, I decided to do some research and share with you guys what I've learned. As we know, the atmosphere is divided into different layers, and each layer has different characteristics. Now for commercial airplanes, the ideal layer to fly in is the troposphere, which is actually the lowest and most stable layer of the atmosphere. The reason for this is that the air is denser in this layer, which is going to provide enough lift for the airplane to stay in the air. However, there are other factors that pilots need to consider when deciding the altitude they're going to fly at. For example, turbulence is one of the biggest challenges for pilots, and these can occur in any layer of the atmosphere. That's why pilots try to fly at an altitude where the turbulence is going to be minimal, which is usually around 30,000 feet. But how do pilots know where the turbulence is? Well, there's weather radars in the plane designed to detect any areas of turbulence and avoid them, as well as bad weather on the atmosphere. Pilots can also receive reports of turbulence from other airplanes in the area and from air traffic control. Another factor that pilots actually consider when deciding the altitude they're going to fly at is something called jet stream. This jet stream is a fast-moving current of air that can either help or hinder the airplane's speed and its fuel efficiency, depending on which direction the plane is going to fly. If the airplane is flying with the jet stream, it can reach its destination faster and save fuel. But if the airplane is flying against the jet stream, it's going to slow it down and it is going to use more fuel, which means more money for the airline. As a student pilot, I've learned that there are many factors to go into deciding the altitude to fly at. And it is not as simple as just flying as high as possible. Another important factor to consider is air pressure. As airplanes climb higher, the air pressure decreases, which can affect the performance of the airplane and the passenger's comfort. To prevent this, airplanes are pressurized, which means that the air inside the cabin is kept at a higher pressure than the air outside. This is going to allow us, the passengers, to actually breathe. Remember that 30,000 feet is a very, very high altitude. It is as high as the elevation of Mount Everest, which is 29,000 feet. So again, why do planes fly so high? The answer is that it is the most efficient and safest altitude to fly at, taking into account factors like air density, turbulence, jet stream, air pressure, and passengers' comfort. It is very safe because if one of the engines failed at that altitude, the plane can just glide and work with the other engine for around 1 or 2 hours until it finds an airport to land safely. Just so you guys remember, an engine failure is very rare. According with the FAA information, an engine failure of a jet, which is any commercial airplane, is expected at one failure every 375,000 flight hours. Also, another very important factor I would like to highlight is, as we climb higher, the air becomes thinner, which means that there is less drag on the plane. This is going to reduce fuel consumption, which is one of the biggest expenses for airlines. So, these are the reasons why planes fly so high. I hope you guys learned something new today, and thank you for watching. I appreciate a lot the attention you pay to this YouTube channel. Keep supporting, thank you, and see you guys next time with a different question. If you have any doubts or questions about aviation topics, you can leave it on the comments. Please like and share. Bye bye.